Now on Coast TV News.
This bridge is looking to get some big improvements. We'll tell you why coming up.
How Georgetown is looking to shape the town's recreational marijuana business.
Helping J1 students in Rehoboth Beach. Why an expanded pantry is so needed.
And we have a few sketchy showers trying to slide through Delmarva late tonight and for tomorrow. I'll show you what I'm tracking coming up.
This is Coast TV News at 5.
Safety upgrades to one major bridge at the beach. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 5. We begin tonight with a bridge in Fenwick Island that's due for an upgrade.
According to DelDOT, the Lighthouse Road Bridge was built in 1957. And while it's still safe to drive on, the agency says the beams on the bridge and their foundation have reached the end of useful service. That doesn't sound good. Well, Coast TV News reporter Kevin Zappe shows us what we can expect.
DelDOT plans to make this bridge a whole lot safer. After years of discussing what should be done to this bridge in Fenwick Island, DelDOT officially has a plan in mind to make these changes a reality. Something Loretta Newsom, who lives right next to the bridge, is happy to hear.
I definitely support the new bridge. It's definitely needed. It's in poor shape.
According to DelDOT, they plan on making a new 480-foot bridge. This will be a much wider bridge that will include a shared-use bike lane shoulder. DelDOT also plans on improving Bennett and Dukes Avenue by adding sidewalks on all four corners of the bridge. Newsom hopes all these improvements will help with any future emergency.
I think of emergency situation, the bridge does need to be a bit larger for emergency vehicles, also for safety for traffic.
DelDOT says they plan to officially begin construction in fall of 2025 and expects the bridge to be completely finished by spring of 2027. DelDOT says this project will cost around $50 million, which will be completely funded by federal dollars. DelDOT wants the community's opinion on this big project, but one local thinks they're going to do it either way.
I talked to one local who didn't want to appear on camera, but he told me that while he appreciates DelDOT for holding an open forum, he thinks they're not going to take any advice from the public.
But that's not stopping Newsom.
Yes, definitely. My husband and I go to all the local community meetings.
DelDOT will be having an open forum about the bridge repair right here at the Roxana Volunteer Fire Company from now until 7 p.m. tonight. I'm Kevin Zappe in Fenwick Island, Coast TV News.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, the bridge in Fenwick, it's not the only one on its way to getting repaired. The Maryland Transportation Authority will host a virtual community upgrade for the rebuilding of the Key Bridge on Tuesday from 6 to 7. This will cover the progress and future plans for the reconstruction of that bridge and how the MDTA is working to provide resources to the community. MDTA representatives will be available to answer questions about the project. However, attendees are encouraged to submit their questions online. And for more information, you can visit coasttvnews.com.
Now for some continuing coverage, marijuana businesses getting a step closer to reality in Georgetown. Coast TV News anchor Mallory Metzner is live in Georgetown, the town reviewing rules for shops in order to sell the drug, and that would be for recreational use.
There has been no shortage of public comment on recreational marijuana businesses here. This is the draft ordinance that Georgetown Town Council will review tonight in a first reading. The town's planning commission and town council have both held public hearings now on this issue. Under the proposed ordinance, no more than 2 state-licensed retail marijuana stores may operate within town limits. The stores could only be open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday and from 10 to 5 on Saturday. The architecture of the building must be consistent with the surrounding area. Drive-throughs and outdoor seating would not be allowed at these businesses. Now, no vote will be taken tonight. Council will have a second reading on the ordinance later this month. I'm Mallory Metzner, live in Georgetown, Coast TV News.
And this is going to bring us right into our Coast TV poll. We want to know, what benefit do you see for marijuana businesses?
Let's take a look at the results. Take a look at your screen so far. We will see 53% see no benefit. 18% say medical use, 18% say local revenue, 11% say jobs. Though this is the first time we have put this poll on the air.
And if you feel strongly one way or the other, you should go get involved. It's easy to do this one, coasttv.com, or use your Coast TV mobile app. Now let's take a live look into the Lewis area. Just a banner day out there as we check in with our First Alert Chief Meteorologist. It's Paul Williams.
Yeah, it is. Well, you're stuck with me at least for today. All right, let's take a look at our Bay Health camera. Listen, we are right now looking at basically scattered cloud cover pushing through the area. Now, there will be a slight chance of a sprinkle or two kicking off for later on tonight, but it's really on Tuesday, early in the morning and around lunchtime where I'm really seeing the targeted amount or best opportunity for rain. For the rest of the night for us here in Dover, we're expecting scattered clouds in the place. Now, we started off at 57 degrees for the low in Georgetown, Cambridge, and Salisbury. Our starting point, 60 degrees in Ocean City. Now, think about this. We had a high of 81. That was only one away from our normal high. So we're starting to get close to those regular summer-like conditions. But right now, we're looking very clear with some breezy conditions across the Chesapeake Bay area. Coming up, we're going to time what's happening with these potential showers that will begin to pop in and pop out as we get a little bit closer towards summer, Maddie.
Thank you, Paul. Speaking of summer, for the rest of it, local businesses and volunteers will spend every Monday morning at an expanded food pantry.
In fact, they will, and that food pantry is at St. Edmund's Church. It's for temporary J1 student workers who help staff places like Funland and other shops. Here they can get free food, toiletries. Volunteers said they were inspired to start this after learning students went 3 to 4 days without eating sometimes. That's not good. The students tell Coast TV it's a wonderful welcome, albeit a bit of a culture shock.
People are really nice. In the morning, I got out of the house and people was greeting me like, "Good morning, how are you?" And yeah, it feels strange sometimes, but I think I'll get used to it.
The pantry is open 10 to 12 on Mondays through the end of August.
Deliberations now underway in Hunter Biden's criminal trial. He faces 3 charges that are tied to the possession of a gun while using narcotics and has pleaded not guilty. The defense rested its case without Hunter Biden taking the stand in his own defense. Closing arguments began when the court returned from lunch, with the prosecution going first. If convicted, the president's son could face up to 25 years in jail, but experts say that's very unlikely since he would be considered a first-time offender.
Former President Donald Trump is expected to announce his choice for vice president in the coming weeks. A number of names have been floated. And as Julia Benbrook shows us, we're learning that several potential picks are in the next stage of the process.
As the quest to round out the 2024 Republican ticket heats up ahead of next month's National Party convention, a source familiar with the process says several of former President Donald Trump's potential running mates have received vetting materials. Among them, North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum.
Well, I know this is a big interest to some folks that are following the process, but I would just defer any questions back to the Trump campaign team.
Florida Senator Marco Rubio.
Well, I'll do whatever the campaign asks me to do, so I've been at events to help raise money and so forth.
And Ohio Senator J.D. Vance.
I want to help Donald Trump get elected because it's really important that he become the next president.
South Carolina Senator Tim Scott, New York Representative Elise Stefanik, Florida Representative Byron Donalds, and former HUD Secretary Ben Carson were also sent various levels of paperwork in the vetting process. Sources insist the vetting process will look different for each person. Trump has floated a lengthy list of names in recent months and routinely asks allies, donors, and members of his Mar-a-Lago resort their opinion.
But I think they'll announce who that person's going to be during the convention. I think that's pretty normal. During the convention, it'll be an interesting period of time.
The Republican National Convention in Milwaukee, where Trump plans to announce his pick, starts July 15th. People familiar with the deliberations caution that Trump's search for a running mate is still in flux. Reporting in Washington, I'm Julia Benbrook.
Coming up, an opportunity for food distribution for those in need in Delaware.
And some Tuesday morning showers could erupt before sunrise, with a second round likely to pay us a visit in the afternoon. I'll show you what I'm tracking in a moment.
But first, sharks. They call the ocean home, even here on Delmarva, and environmentalists have some tips that you're gonna want to hear about. That's up next.
Hi, Can I get an extra large quadruple shot, extra hot, semi-sweet caramel macchiato with almond milk, and a medium?
Whatever happened to coffee? Whack. When you need a minute, there's the Bally Casino app, featuring tons of exciting slots like Divine Fortune, Cash Machine, and 88 Fortunes. We bring the excitement to you. Throw in your favorite table games and...
Got one!
So who needs caffeine?
I'd still like some.
Yeah, me too. Bet boldly with the Bally Casino app, powered by Bet Rivers.
At FH Fur, we know that a dripping faucet isn't just a nuisance. It's your home crying for help. That's why we say no to dispatch fees and goodbye to diagnostic charges. With our Get a Plumber in Your Home for Free promise, we focus on what really matters, solving your plumbing woes. Whether it's a stubborn clog, a running toilet, or a water heater on the fritz, we bring knowledge, experience, and professionalism right to your doorstep, free.
Call Fur. FHFur.com.
Summer means Beat the Peak season for Delaware Electric Cooperative members. Our co-op issues Beat the Peak alerts when the cost of energy is highest. During peak alerts, we ask members to voluntarily conserve energy, lowering our overall cost for power. Download our Beat the Peak app to receive alerts when it's time to save. If you own a programmable thermostat or electric vehicle, you could also receive billing credits when you conserve. DEC's rates are the lowest in the region. Beat the Peak and help us keep energy costs affordable.
Pig out on riches at Ocean Downs with Greedy Piggy. Pick a piggy bank to feast on free play. Get greedy for more, but risk losing it all. Plus, earn finalist entries for a chance at $10,000 cash. Ocean Downs Casino, where the fun shines.
Coverage on the road, in your community, along the coast. The IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep, live on the street, day or night. From breaking news to weather in your town, the IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep. Coverage you can count. This is Coast TV News at 5.
Most shark attack experts will tell you that attacks on humans, they're rare. There have been a handful on Delmarva in the past few years.
Though in recent days, 2 separate shark attacks off Florida shores injured multiple victims.
Many of those same experts point to rising ocean temperatures, pushing sharks to hunt more along coastal feeding grounds, now teeming with summer vacation crowds.
Laura Aguirre has more on those terrifying encounters and what one marine biologist says you should not do when you enter the ocean.
What? They need to get out. Terrifying moments in the waters off the Florida Panhandle. 2 separate shark attacks in Walton County Friday. The first victim, a 45-year-old woman, near a sandbar with her husband.
She received significant trauma to the midsection and pelvic area, as well as amputation of her left lower arm.
About 90 minutes later and 4 miles away, 2 teenagers were attacked, also near a sandbar.
Victim 1 received significant injuries to one upper and one lower extremity.
The second teen had minor injuries to her right foot, said the fire chief.
This time of year is when sharks will move in shallower to feed. They're looking for prey along the beaches.
Damiana Humphrey was in shallow water in May off Galveston, Texas, when a shark bit her hand.
It was my body's reaction to it that probably saved me.
That reaction was to punch the shark in the face.
The face was the only thing that came up out of the water.
It let her go. Surgeons repaired several torn tendons in her hand and her recovery continues. Most shark experts point out time of day matters.
Don't go in the water at dusk or dawn because sharks are crepuscular hunters.
And that's when we went during dusk.
Don't go in the water with jewelry. Don't go in the water with plastic water bottles because that crunching sounds like fish bones. Stay away from river mouths or murky areas.
Bottom line, attacks are rare, but always remain cautious. I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
And Denrick has more information about sharks that could be seen in our area and how to avoid them. There are 5 common sharks in Delaware waters, but as many as 62 can be found. Denrick says some ways to avoid possible shark attacks is to make sure you don't stray too far from the shore. Avoid the water at dawn, dusk, and night, and do not go in the water if you're bleeding.
Here's a look at your Bay forecast. At 7 o'clock, 65 degrees in Cambridge, up to 73 at noon, and then 75 by 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We're looking at going into the mid-70s in Crisfield as well, and we'll talk about the timing of some spotty showers, a bit sketchy actually, in a moment.
Patty was driving home from the grocery store thinking about what to make for dinner. Carl was driving home from the sports bar having had 3 shots of whiskey and a pitcher of beer. Unfortunately, when the light turned red, Carl didn't notice and crashed into Patty, sending her to the hospital. Patty fought for her life. We fought for her justice. Folks, if you've been injured in a car accident, tip the scales of justice in your favor. Call Schwartz & Schwartz today.
When you're close to the land and the sea, you can taste the goodness. The historic Lewis Farmers Market brings farms closer to tables. Meet the growers, talk to the people that milk the cows, and pick the perfect peaches. Organically grown fruits and vegetables, sustainable meats and eggs, A2 dairy products, artisan breads, and fresh local seafood.
The historic Lewis Farmers Market is in the park every Saturday from 8 to noon and at Crooked Hammock Brewery every Wednesday from 8 to 11:30 a.m.
Life, constantly moving forward. But with Medicare approaching, take it from Highmark. Life's also about looking back, building on what's good and reliable from your past to create something for the future that's still familiar, true, and kind of effortless. That's how Highmark's always approached healthcare too, constantly innovating to bring you a Medicare experience that fits your life, now and moving forward. Because life. Highmark.
Secondhand smoke lingers for hours. And it's killed almost 3 million people since 1964. When you smoke in the house, everyone in the house smokes. So, take it outside. Visit takeitoutside.de.org.
When choosing windows and doors for your home, at Pella, it's your choice. We manufacture maintenance-free vinyl, fiberglass, and wood-clad windows and patio doors, all with lifetime warranties. High performance, energy efficient, and loaded with options to help make your house your home. Industry-first features and benefits make living easier and increase your home's value. Visit our Experience Center or call us today to schedule your free in-home consultation, where we bring the showroom to you.
Download the free CoastTV First Alert weather app today.
We have an outside shot of some spot showers just before sunrise and another possible short stint of rain for us right after about lunchtime for Tuesday. So once again, just sparsing in and out here and there is what we're expecting. Our Tyndall's Casual Furniture camera in Laurel indicating just how clear and quiet and serene we are right now in Laurel with 78 degrees. Now we'll drop back to about 72 by 9 o'clock. But in Laurel, we're looking for a couple of sprinkles to kind of float through here. And so it just kind of, that window of opportunity is not a big one, but it's going to be there. So a few folks will get a few sprinkles, but not all of us will get the sprinkles. 81 for the high today in Georgetown, 83 for the high, not only in Ocean City, Wallops Island, but also in Salisbury. Everybody close to the norm for this time of the year. So when you take a look at that muggy meter, we're not so bad today and not even so bad Tuesday. But when we get to Thursday and Friday, that muggy meter is going to go sky high up to humid to very humid because the dew point temperatures are pushing higher and so will the temperatures. But as of right now, we're actually a little bit cooler, 4 degrees cooler than we were 24 hours ago. Here's where we stand right now. 77, Bethany Beach, but 82 in Milton, 81 in Milford and in Millsboro, 79 right now in Georgetown. Dew point temperatures in the 50s and 40s, and that's where they should be, okay? We don't want them elevating into the upper 60s or 70s and all that, because that's when it starts getting muggy and tricky with those thunderstorms popping through, uninvited and all of that. Our runner's cast for tomorrow, listen, by 7 o'clock, the early morning showers are going to hit before the sun rises. So when the sun comes up, we should settle back down with what few showers we have in place, and we should have temperatures in the 70s, riding into the low 80s by noontime. And it's after the noon hours, and watching out for a chance of scattered showers with the scattered clouds. Now, temperatures in the 75 in Lewis, 77 in Millsboro, as well as Laurel. We're looking for a high of 79 in Vienna, 78 in Fredericksburg, and in Cambridge. And we anticipate 78 for the high in Berlin and 77 in Ocean City. Now, the amount of rain that we're talking about, once again, it's hit and miss, touch and go kind of a thing. It's been downgraded to maybe a quarter of an inch to a half inch in some areas or slightly below. So we're not looking at a tremendous amount of rain. So let's talk timing. At 10:30 tonight, we'll see one wave of sprinkles, the light rain, particularly through Princess Anne. That'll slide through until 12:30. Then we have some 2:30 showers that will hit Salisbury as well as Willards, Ocean Pines, and Ocean City. They'll slide through. And then so 7 o'clock in the morning, we start off okay Tuesday. But then by the afternoon, a sprinkle or two in Ocean Pines, Snow Hill, and Princess Anne. Once again, back and forth. That's why I'm calling them sketchy at best. Now, this is where it gets interesting. See, one of our models indicates we're looking widespread showers to push through pretty quickly for early Tuesday morning. And then Tuesday afternoon, we'll see a spot or two in central portions of Sussex. Now, a different model, this secondary model, pushes through at 10 o'clock tonight. We'll see widespread scattered showers, embedded thunderstorms in Georgetown early in the morning. We clear out at 7 o'clock. And then we see another resurgence of these scattered showers begin to push through a little bit later on. And the amount of rain we're looking at, maybe a half an inch down towards Berlin and Ocean City, and that's primarily it. Tonight, 60 degrees, quick showers with a short shelf life on tomorrow, then 82 and becoming real humid on Wednesday. And after Wednesday, the heat takes off in a big way. Finally, here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration home remodeling extended forecast.
Thank you, Paul. Here's some news across Delmarva. The Food Bank of Delaware is going to hold a mass drive-through food distribution for those that need it in Dover Motor Speedway on Tuesday, June 18th. It's going to go from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. On-site registration, that is available, but pre-registration is requested. It helps speed up the process. You can also do that online. Recipients do need to, though, bring proof that they live in Delaware.
Staying in some regional news, a Florida man was shot and killed in Salisbury over the weekend. Police say it happened early Sunday morning on Naylor Mill Road. The victim, Franklin Rodriguez, got into a fight with another person who shot Rodriguez before running away. Rodriguez was taken to a local hospital where he died. Police are still looking for his murderer.
Coming up, major political changes in France just 2 months before the Olympics. Stay tuned on CoastTV News at 5.
Spring is fading fast. No more waiting. It's time to get the deck of your dreams started. Paul Davis will design, build, or resurface any size deck with the highest quality materials.
Our AZAC decks are scratch, fade, and insect resistant with a lifetime warranty. We'll bring the showroom to you, provide you same-day estimates, handle permitting, and guide you through the HOA approvals.
Save big. Enjoy 20% off plus a $1,000 gift card free towards outdoor furniture from Donway when you invest in your new deck. Call Paul Davis for a free estimate.
Weather is sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration, your storm damage experts, here to help now.
Whether someone is across the neighborhood, across the street, or across the room, you have the power to make them feel right at home. Ritz, a taste of welcome.
These feet are hustling for customers. Sometimes I'm on my feet for over 16 hours a day. They get real cracked, dry. It's not good. I depend on healthy feet.
It's America's #1 selling foot cream for guaranteed relief.
If it works for these feet, it'll work for yours.
Also available in O'Keefe's Working Hands.
Turn your dreams of a perfect kitchen into reality with That Cabinet Store, where a dedicated team of designers will bring your vision to life. Whether it's traditional or European, kitchen design is our specialty. And we can get your fully customized kitchen cabinets installed in as little as 4 weeks, semi-custom in 10 days. And if you're looking for new countertops, we offer quality in-house fabricated countertops. Dream today, designs for tomorrow at That Cabinet Store, located with Matt the Carpet Guy in Selbyville and Salisbury.
The unit that I have is 19 years old, so I knew I was on borrowed time. Well, I called Above and Beyond, and Sean came out. He looked at the unit, he called around the house. At no time did I ever feel pressure to buy anything, and he also told me about some other great deals that were going on. Free financing, a rebate, and an energy credit. They showed up on time to come put the unit. This is fabulous. It's not this cling-clang again. It was so quiet. They're a small company, but they do go above and beyond.
I'm proud of you, son. Thanks, Dad. That means a lot. This home wouldn't be possible without the foundational life lessons you taught me.
Call Dry Zone. What? To protect your crawl space. This is Delmarva, son. Just like your life, your home's foundation needs a dry crawl space. Call Dry Zone. They're the oldest and the best.
Just like you, Dad.
Protect your largest investment with Delmarva's local choice, Dry Zone, the oldest and the best.
Brought to you by Dry Zone, your local crawl space experts.
France's president said he would dissolve parliament and hold elections later this month. This is after a major loss to his opponent. Okay, follow me on this one. Macron said the results were a disaster and one he could not pretend to ignore. Lower house elections will be called for June 30th. A second round vote is July 7th. Now, this decision set off a political earthquake in France. And it's right before the Olympics, though the president of the International Olympic Committee said France's political climate won't affect preparations for the Olympics.
And speaking of the Olympics, after a month of traveling through mainland France, the Torch Rally, it continued its journey through French Guiana this weekend. Some 11,000 torchbearers will play the part in carrying that flame throughout the relay, which started on May 9th. Past French Olympians were among the torchbearers on the first day. The relay will end with the lighting of the cauldron in Paris during the opening ceremonies, which starts on July 26th.
Here's something to look forward to this week. I know I am. The Berlin bathtub races are happening Friday. The friendly races feature locals and businesses, and they really do compete with their own designed racing bathtub. You gotta see it to believe it. And guess what? Coast Life will have a live pre-show at 4. It's airing, though, on the Delmarva Sports Network. So be sure to watch the races there, and then live at 6 on the Delmarva Sports Network. You can get it over the air or on the DSN app. Let's take one more look at our Coast TV poll. What benefit do you see from marijuana businesses? So far, a majority were saying no benefit. That is still the case. However, local revenue has ticked up to a decent second place at 33%. It was about 18 when we first checked in. If you'd like to vote, you still can do that. You can do that on coasttvnews.com or our mobile app. We'll be right back.
Shop local at the Treasure Chest for the gift that means more. Say you care about your friends, family, and community with a gift from a trusted family-owned and operated jewelry store for over 45 years. Just minutes from the beach, the Treasure Chest on Main Street in Berlin.
Stanley Steamer is proud to be the leader in deep cleaning, cleaning over 1 million homes and businesses across America every year, using powerful equipment custom built by us. We'll remove the buildup of dirt, dust, allergens, grime, and contaminants seen and unseen from your home and business. America's professional deep cleaner for over 75 years. It's not clean until it's Stanley Steamer Clean.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Kickstart your summer with Gateway Subaru, where they have more in-stock Subaru inventory to choose from than other dealers have combined. Get ready for adventure with a 2024 Subaru Outback or Subaru Forester with financing as low as 0.9%. Need more space? Go big with the 2024 Subaru Ascent with financing as low as 2.9%. Electrify your journey in a new 2024 Subaru Solterra with financing as low as 0%. Gateway Subaru, just minutes from the beaches in the heart of Delmarva. Higher standards.
"16 years ago, we founded Community Bank Delaware with the goal of providing high-quality banking services to our local community. Here you meet with decision makers, people just like you who live in and love this community. We provide the newest banking technologies to our customers, supported by our local team of banking professionals. Our bank serves clients throughout Sussex County, and we continue to grow, all thanks to you. Community Bank Delaware, where community matters."
Shop local at the Treasure Chest for the gift that means more. Say you care about your friends, family, and community with a gift from a trusted family-owned and operated jewelry store for over 45 years. Just minutes from the beach, the Treasure Chest on Main Street in Berlin.
Our gutter helmet camera indicating that we have calm conditions, beautiful conditions, 77 degrees. But we're going to drop down to 73 by 8 o'clock with partly cloudy skies. We do have a small craft advisory that's been activated for the entire, really throughout a good portion over towards Annapolis and going across the water. But if you need to be updated on your forecast, we're looking at simply just call it in at 443-880-9100. Your forecast is just a call away, no problems. Sponsored by Baird, Mandalas, Buckstead, and Federico. Finally, here's a look at your exclusive Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling 10-day forecast. We are looking out for thunderstorms for Tuesday, at least brief stints of showers, particularly in the afternoon.
Paul, thank you, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 5.
For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
Inside Edition is up next.
And we're going to see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 6. Don't miss it. Have a great night.